Hi everyone, welcome to WIC channel. My name is Rifad. So like I said in my previous video, this another video for this week is about wealth health technologies. Sorry, ticker symbol well.to. It's one of the stocks I really found out about them in April, and I really started investing, and I started kind of getting a good position, I would say, throughout the month of May. And I really like them. I think that they are well positioned. I think that overall the market in terms of healthcare in Canada needs to be innovated, because that's the only thing missing. So and I won't, before I kind of switch to my screen, and I will kind of explain to what is a company, what ratios for me is important, I would say, and kind of give also the earnings call. They've kind of released the Q1, which was awesome, also another way. So if I go there, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. That's awesome to kind of promote the channel and help promote my channel. I really appreciate that. And also if you can subscribe, factor also to help promote. And if you're new to this channel, that's why, so it's great. So thank you. So let's kind of switch. Let's go here. So let's see here the fact sheet. So what is wealth health? Pretty much put it at they put at a glance. It's pretty much what they do is they own clinics. They own medical clinics principally in BC, which in fact I can confirm that I do see some clinics of them, and they are a lot present in BC in clinics. They own approximately 20 clinics. I think this fact sheet is a bit old, but I think like around 20 clinics they do own now 100%, and other majority ownership also. And they launched other clinics, which is dermatologists and all this kind of stuff, throughout Q1. But yeah, so they own around that, and they are pretty much now, if I'm not mistaken, they are right now, at least I think, the third or the second largest clinic owners. Because one of the problems in Canada is that there are like the largest owner, example in clinics, I think it's like on 30, if I'm not wrong, or 20 something. And that's a problem because it's all segmented. It's like people owning this much of clinic, this much of clinic, and to put technology into that, you need to have scale, because technology costs a lot, and if you do have segmented so much, you don't see the worth in investing in technology. You don't see the worth in having remote patienting. You don't see none of that worth, to kind of give you the worth of it. You're like, oh, I have this much, I'm happy, I'm getting my money, I'm happy. So that's why. So they're coming and they buy the clinics, and on that it creates what we call we call it cash cow. Pretty much people always go to clinic with that money. They fund their technology advancement, which is their virtual clinic, and that gives people access to pretty much remotely. Right now in BC, Alberta, and Ontario are pretty much you have the BC health card. You can just go online, get an appointment with the doctor, and voila. If not, it's like $35. So it's really great for that factor, and that's what they're doing. So they're adding that layer, and also EMR, which is electronic medical records. Right now they're like the third largest, because first is Loblaws and TELUS. That's like their competition. And between you and I, who loves dealing with TELUS? TELUS is like, I'm not gonna insult them, but I'm like, technologically and service wise, they are just not innovating. And Loblaws, I mean, they're happy with what they have, and I think they're just really like elephants and old school. And I think this guy's coming in with a new school. I think they're doing right stuff, right things, and I think they can easily kind of surpass them and go even higher. So that's the factor of them. And their management team is tremendously good. Ahmed is, and all these people are part of, I think, ITO network, if I'm not wrong, and they were sold to PayPal. So they are very well connected, and they're well known management team, and they know what they're doing, and they are growing the business. So that's why. So it's a well good team. The company is really focusing on bringing healthcare and innovating that for Canadians, and that is something I think we drastically need, and that is something that's missing in Canada, which is healthcare focused, right? We are want to give healthcare for everyone, and not everyone has access to a doctor, and it's always far, and like you're an appointment is complicated, and it's like, I just want to see a doctor now. Let me schedule one, and like, let's go. Talking about that, let's go and check their virtual clinic. I think it's Clinic Plus. I think. Yeah, this is one. So yeah, so virtualclinics.ca. As you guys can see here, you just pretty much book it. It's amazing. It's covered in the card, and if you're not, you just pay $35 and you're good to go. So it's like 30 bucks. So it's anything like that. You got a doctor, and like they keep everything in there, so it's really awesome. And it's very good. And now let's move over. And this is another factor I like also, is it's backed by, if I'm not wrong, Sir Lika Shing. And he's one of the biggest investor. And that's important to have his backing, because he is smart. And he has invested in like Facebook, Spotify, and all the kind of healthcare companies. And they are backing. Every time they do a financing, and most, I think apart the recent one, just the previous before, because they did two recently, he was a part of that. So that's very important to know that he is still committed to the company, and he knows the company is good and they're growing. And yeah, that's that. I think that resumes it. And and one thing is the Fed. Trudeau has really announced that he is going to boost healthcare services online, and he wants to help people access it, because right now with the COVID crisis, people want to go, they're going to go to the clinics, but I mean, most of them, they get sick in the clinics because other people are sick. So I mean, if stuff can be done, just like renewing a prescription, doing that, like just having just a checkup, can be done remotely, it's amazing. And you don't have to miss a day of work, nothing of that. You just can like, hey, like I just need to quick renew my prescription, let me just book an appointment, and like, here you go. They have access to your medical records, and they're like, oh yeah, perfect, you have it, you're renewing it, here we go, you're renewed, you're good to go. So that is amazing, and that's gonna change the way how we interact with our doctors. And I think, and also it alleviates a lot of stress. And that's something they did mention in the call, is doctors nowadays, they're in the office maybe Monday to Thursday, and on Fridays they just do all the prescription renewals. Like everybody that wants to do prescriptions are all online. They book them back to back, and it's online, and just do prescriptions, and the doctor is at home. So that is something that's bringing in, it's going to alleviate a lot of tension from like pressure from the healthcares and the doctors, and give them back time and everything. So that kind of nutshells the whole company. Now let's go into their ratio. Price to sale, which is important. I would say price to sale is 8, which is very good, because usually a growth company like them, usually they should be evaluated like a 12, but 8 is very good. And even lower is even better, certainly. But yeah, so I kind of like that. And even in the future earnings, they would be roughly around that. So that's that. And let's kind of go into the quarter Q1 results. Q1 results pretty much grew to 10 million, year-over-year growth of 38%. The digital revenue, that's the one that kind of went up, because they had a bunch of people sign up on their virtual clinic, EMRs and stuff like that. So it's kind of just like helped boost the whole stuff. And now they have, the virtual clinic has onboarded like well over 800 healthcare practitioners, and surpassed over 1,000 bookings per day. So that's amazing. So now it's like, this is kind of a great thing with the crisis and everything. This is like the answer. And now it has expanded its EMR footprint to over 1,500 clinics, 8,000 physicians. So they made a couple of acquisitions, which is amazing. And this is all kind of great stuff. And now let's kind of go. Also, one more thing is, I just want to show you their cash cow. The cash cow is the clinic. And let me just go into there, because they kind of segmented that also, because they have here, they segmented into where the revenues come from, right? They still earn 83% of the revenue from clinics and other clinics. Other clinics contain like dermatologists, stuff like that. They did launch. So you see that they earn like 6.7 million around easily per year from the clinic. That's like easy money you're getting, right? Because people are still gonna go see the doctor. So it's, because I call that the cash cow. And then the other clinics come in, which was also great, because they had a boost in that. Now it's at 1.7 million. And now that roughly 8.5 million comes from clinic services. So that's like, you get that revenue, and what do? You invest that in technology. And that's what they're doing. And the digital services now has gone to 1.7 million up from 167. So that's like another boost. So I think they want to reduce slowly their like clinic presence to bring the digital back up, and that's what they're doing. Because if you see quarter over quarter, it's like only 2% of the revenue was digital. Now it's 17. It was all mainly coming from clinical services. Now it's changing. And so yeah, they're just using their money wisely, and they're doing their financing when they need to do, and they're just reallocating the funds from, like, hey, I'm getting my, like you'll call it, cash cow is giving my money, perfect, now just put it into somewhere they can grow. And I think this is the future, and this is where Canada has to go to be. So let's switch the view. Yeah, because I was done pretty much showing what I need to show on the computer. So just to recap, they are financially stable. They are earning crazy amount of money, and their revenue is pretty much stable because they do own clinics. So clinics will bring that constant revenue, and the digital service is just a plus. And now with that, adding with that, now they are just, they're well positioned, and Canada needs that. Canada needs that to kind of innovate, because that's something that's really missing in healthcare we speak. And honestly, like, I won't even be surprised even if they get acquired by someone, because as per well positioned they are. But that's another topic. But until then, they are just going to keep on growing. They own strategically places everywhere, and they have people on board for the clinic, a virtual clinic. And that is something I truly believe, is because people don't always live in urban areas, and people live in like rural areas, and they don't have doctors. And like, they are the people, and like the suburbs, sometimes you have like certain one clinic, and that clinic is full, and they're like, oh my god, I need a doctor. And like, it's complicated to drive there. I have my kids, I have that. But now, like, oh, I'm at work, I need my doctor, let me schedule one at my lunch break, pew, got my appointment, do it, done, I'm out, I got my prescription, I'm happy. So that removes a lot of stress of people. This is something that I think it's with what's happening in the world, this is the movement, and it's helping, and it's going to push even further, even with the Trudeau's announcement right now. And I think with being how they are, they're going to grow even further. I'm really excited, and the projection. So yeah, that sums about it for health. That's the company I truly believe. Oh yeah, one more thing before I kind of end this quick video, I forgot to mention, is most of their earnings for the CEOs and all the executives is mostly share based. So that is something that I truly love, is because they know that the company has room to grow. And they know the company's growing, so they don't want to handicap the company with game-based cash. They say, no, just pay me in stocks, I'm okay. And so they kind of not handicapping the company, so they're aligning with us, and they want to kind of grow the company higher. And so they are really share-based instead of compensation. So that's kind of something very important I want to mention, because that shows that even the CEO and everyone, they believe the company is going to go higher. That's why. Yeah. So so that sums about it for this video. I hope you loved it. It took time to put all this together to show you guys. So hit the thumbs up, that really helps. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Whoosh.